The Premier Class, round 2, 1 week ago in Prince George. Purcell hole shots the first moto, Gerke passes him, then it was a battle royale to the finish. Gerke takes the first moto win. Second moto, Alessi finally out front. Gerke on the inside, huge pass, and then a last lap for the ages. Purcell and Gerke banging bars. It came down to the final rhythm section. Christophe Purcell by a knobby takes the overall. Welcome race fans to the crown jewel of Canadian motocross. This is Calgary's Wild Rose MX Park. Today's MX1 racing will be presented by Motovan.com, Canada's source for powersports parts and accessories. This is round 3 of the 2017 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. Mark Travers and Brian Costa in the booth.
Thanks, Trav. To the Yamaha MX1 standings after 2 of 10 rounds. It's the Frenchman Purcell with a nice little gap over Gerke. Then it's another American, Epstein, before we get down to a pair of Canadians, and it's Alessi, Chisholm, Clayson Meston, and young Nathan Bless.
Okay, Fab, the pilots now coming out to make their gate selections based on qualifying time. Let's talk about the fact that we have another concrete start. Hey, Mikey, how you doing? Tires up to temperature, and it's a real short shoot into that left-hander.
It's a tight left-hander and then a full button hook right. There is Purcell, the 2-time world champion and U.S. Supercross champion. Nice shot at Jerry Medallia. Great to have him back racing this year.
Okay, Fabs, Calgary's Wild Rose MX Park, a dynamite track, great elevation. We've got ruts, we got hard pack, it's got it all.
Man, it's something. In the foreground is the Shaw Valley, used only on the pro day. And then we can see how nicely watered parts of this track is. To the left is that international section. Huge floating jumps, big long ruts, and chop coming in and out of the corners.
This thing is set up nicely for the Premier Class. Let's go to the stage. Hello, ladies. Are you going to help us get the MX1 racing? Yes, they are. Gate drops next. Welcome back to round 3 of the 2017 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. Mark Travers and Brian Costa in the booth at Calgary's Wild Rose MX Park with the lovely Rockstar Amanda bringing that Moto 1 board across. Brian, this is the Premier Class. These are the big boys, the boss dogs in Canadian pro racing.
That's right, Trav. These are the riders that all the spectators come to see, get their autographs, get photos with them. You know, their bikes are super trick. This moto brought to you by Yamaha. Revs your heart, and the Blue Crew well represented in this MX1 class.
40 riders on the gate, Brian. Some of our better pilots or our top-ranked pilots on the inside. They like that short shoot. Lauren goes to 5. Sir Paul overseeing the processions with that watch. As we look back to the riders right now, waiting for, yes, 5 sideways, and the gate is down, Brian. Coming to that first corner. Who's going to get that road skipping hole shot?
Wow, look at the jump for the pillars. Honda rider, it is Tyler Medallia with that little distributing shot. Oh, and a moment for Medallia. It looks like one of them Kawasaki's slips into the lead.
That is the 108, not up Kawasaki of Dylan Epstein into the lead after that bobble by Medallia. Looks like Alessi got a great start. He's in 3rd place. 2-time Canadian champion. The number 2, Matt Gerke in 2nd. Medallia, he got himself back into 4th. Nice little cluster through this Kawi switchbacks.
Looks like another Huber boy in there, and the number 10 of Colton Fasciati with a good start. And look at the Gerke man throwing a big whip through the international section. Eye candy for the spectators and the photographers all lining the track.
Who gets tired of watching riders fly through or float through the international section? Absolutely gorgeous. The 108, not up Kawasaki. That is Dylan Epstein in the lead, finding good lines and traction on the outside of these huge banked corners. But he's got the number 2 of Matt Gerke on his tail, and you know that can be trouble, Fabs.
Remember, Epstein came up to ride Canada in 2014, didn't have the greatest success in MX2, and on board with Nathan Bless. This is awesome stuff, Scott Champion. You can see the 58 of Jerry Medallia. Contact there with the local boy Keelan Meston, the number 8. But here comes Tyler T-Dags Medallia with a huge royal distributing hole shot. Saws off Epstein, and then comes around this corner, gets a little hung up in the rut. Number 10 in all blue Fox gear. That's Matt Yotes from the GDR Honda. A good start coming into Moto 1.
It's amazing how those riders bunch up. Well, maybe not amazing because they come flying into that left-hander, and they got to get on the binders quick. To our lead, Gerke on the inside through that pro circuit corner. That hip jump causing some issues. Rutted out through the Dunlop sweeper, and then back to that triple that takes him to the finish line. This is a great track for spectators as well.
See Gerke, both riders actually, but Gerke really G out in that run. Oh no, Gerke's down. Oh man, unbelievable. Now Epstein's really got a nice gap on Mike Alessi, and now here comes Fasciotti, number 10, challenging Gerke, settling for 4th right now.
So Gerke with some issues early in this moto, and that was an odd one, Brian, because he was coming into that left-hander, a seemingly easy corner, bam, lost the front end.
We saw the aggression just before that, Gerke actually jumping out of the rut, so he is all about it here. He's, he just looks like he touched his foot and it dragged him off. He was already looking ahead, looking at Epstein, checking out where Epstein was going. That was just a small error. He's up and running, keeping the bike going. And here comes Fasciotti with a little cross under. It's so cool in the slow-mo to see the little nuances.
And the full enduro ride for Alessi over top of the back wheel of the number 2 Matt Gerke. Okay, so back to the Shaw Valley. This is the battle for second. Gerke has regrouped and collected himself up into this Marin corner. Beautiful elevation change, and they drop down to this FXR sweeper, a gorgeous part of the track, and then they really get on the gas here, Brian, and float up to the main spectator area.
Man, love that Polaris little floating jump. They land at the top here in astronomical speed. Gerke aggressive on the outside. Love this over-under. Mike's got good defense on the inside, and Gerke just tosses it in. Taking over second place, Trav, pretty good considering he sampled earlier.
Gerke is a manimal. We've talked about that. I don't think I've ever seen him ride so aggressive, Brian. He went outside to make that pass. That's quality.
Yeah, man, he is really on a tear this year. He is one of the hungriest riders in the pits. Epstein out front. Porcel with a poor start now has worked his way up behind Fasciotti. Now Fasciotti is starting to get aggressive on the number 5 of Mike Alessi. Alpine Stars factory Kawasaki rider up from California, as well as Epstein, and that drag race is on through the Blue Crew corner. Fasciotti up to the 110. Remember, Fasciotti used to ride for Blackfoot right here in Calgary. So he's got a lot of laps on this track, albeit it's been a few years.
Talking about the aggression of Gerke, that's the type of riding we need to see from these other riders in order to get them up to that front package. That's the reason why Gerke is battling for the lead in almost every moto. So good on Fasciotti for making that pass on Alessi. There's our leader, the 108 of Dylan Epstein, and that nut up Kawasaki looks fabulous in the lead. The thing about Alessi, though, he's just starting to get healthy, Brian, and you're seeing it. He's in the top 5 in almost every moto. There's Purcell.
Porcel's coming on in 5th place. Alessi is getting stronger and stronger, coming off that broken collarbone. There is our whole shot artist, Medaglia, relegated back to 6th right now, charging up forward.
Fabs, Alessi has had a problem, and it looks like the 377 of Purcell has gotten by him. Now moving up on Colton Fasciotti, and this is the battle for 3rd place.
Colton has his hands full in 2017. So many fast riders up here, but Colton is poised for a win yet. He's got the ability to run with all these guys. Standing up here, there is some ugliness all in that rutted Dunlop corner. Porcel looks like he's going a little quicker right now.
Purcell's an interesting rider to watch, Brian. We've been talking about it the last 2 rounds. He actually doesn't look like he's going that fast. Sometimes you have to go slow to go fast. That's not necessarily the case with him. He's just smooth, and he's got a great eye for lines.
His eye for lines is virtually unmatched. You see him on the track getting very creative, but Colton is super smooth as well, Travis. He's known always in the right gear and just motoring in the meat of the power. So we've got some fantastic talent battling for 3rd right now.
But I think if you want to get up and make a mark up here, Brian, you have to take aggressive moves. Like, look at this, he's on the wide side. Is he going to cut back? No, what a line from Purcell. He dogged him right into the corner and totally hacked him off. Wow, because we've seen in other motos riders using that outside line, but getting into the inside through that chicane.
I'm not sure if that lapper momentarily screwed Colton up a bit, but nonetheless, the French rider, and that's France, not Quebec, is in 3rd. That's the final spot on the box. Battle for the lead, though, is getting really hot. Last lap, the 108. Nut Up Industries Kawasaki being dogged by the Rockstar Yamaha of Matt Gerke. Remember, Gerke's got championships in Canada. Number 2 last year. He wants that number 1 super bad.
Back to the 377 of Christophe Purcell in 3rd place, crossing the finish line, getting his last lap flag. The thing I like about Purcell is that when he wants to turn it up and wick it up, he can. There is no question about it. You saw it on that nice pass that he made for 3rd place on Colton Fasciotti on that GDR Honda. Back to the Cowie sweeper. Boy, Dylan Epstein's been leading this moto since corner number 2 after he took over from that Medaglia bobble, and it's been looking spectacular because he's been getting pressure from Gerke in this moto.
Epstein, an excellent qualifier, always getting a good gate pick. He won the very first moto of the 2017 season in Kamloops with that pole position. Mike Alessi wearing the number 5, sitting 5th right now. Soil pretty good in some of these turns and on these jump faces where it's all shiny. It's hard as cement. Now look at Girk, he's getting close, Travis, and Girk was really fast through here all day long. They still got about a quarter, if not a half a lap to battle. Epstein's got to really make his marks if he wants to win this thing.
One little bubble from Epstein down to that KTM corner, and that's all Gerke needed to close that gap. But Dylan's offense, those wide lines that he's been riding, have actually been his best defense.
Yeah, for sure. And watching the lap times, these guys are going as fast at the end of the race as the beginning. These are 30-minute plus 2-lap motos. These guys are in shape, and it's unbelievable how hard they push right to the checkers. It's not like the old days where you can kind of get a gap and maybe cruise around. There's no cruising anymore, man. These guys, they have to fight right to the end. Epstein takes it in fine style. Nut Up Industries, one of the largest nut producers in North America, out of California, sponsoring that team. To the Yamaha leaderboard, Bastiani gets past in the last lap. Alessi Medaglia hangs on, then it's his teammate Chisholm, Tremblay, Clayson, and great to have Morgan Berger back in 10th.
With his second MX1 moto win of the season, the 108 of Dylan Epstein, Nut Up Kawasaki, takes the first moto here in Calgary. Dylan, you got the lead in the second corner, and you look fantastic out on this track.
Yeah, dude. You know what? I've been working on starts, and starts have always been my my downside to racing, and so we worked on starts a little bit, and from last week made some changes to the bike and made it a little better for this week, and was able to get out to a good start and take the lead second corner and run away with it.
The red plate holder in the MX1 class is the 377 of Christophe Purcell. Christophe, bit of a quiet moto for you. Made a couple nice passes to get into third, but it looked like you were just learning the track out there waiting for that second moto.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to push it a little bit.
And then once I caught him, he picked it up, and he rode a good race.
I was just behind those guys and riding about the same.
Matt, you got to be pretty happy with your performance. I know
the track's pretty slick and all this stuff.
You're not happy with anything but a win. But you've got to be satisfied with your ride there. You were so, you pressured him. He's going to be thinking about you between motos,
I was trying to go inside, outside, and couldn't get comfortable. So we'll try to regroup, hopefully get a better start and feel more comfortable and enjoy the ride.
There's your Royal Distributing hole shotter in the first MX1 moto. That's Tyler Medaglia. Okay, second MX1 is right around the corner. Gate drop is next. This is Calgary's Wild Rose MX Park at the 2017 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. MX1 Moto 2, Mark Travers and Brian Costa are in the booth, and the 30 board is up. Brian, that means only one thing. It's time to go racing. This second MX1 motor will be brought to you by Zox Helmets. The Zox tradition continues today, Pat.
You can see the riders lunging there, getting the tires up to temperature, warming the clutch, of course, the 111 of Chisholm and his teammates, Nathan Bless, number 77, and number 6, Tyler Medaglia, all wearing the Zox helmets. Gate is down on board with Bless. A good jump right in behind Mike Alessi. There's Porcel right in the mix. We got riders off track. Oh, no, we got Porcel away with a big carnage. Berger and Porcel end up down in a heap. Adam Pfeiffer, local rider, in the mix too. What a nasty first turn crash, and it's the 108 of Epstein scoring that Royal Distributing hole shot.
The number 9 of Berger back up and on his Honda as we get back to the 108 of Epstein with that hole shot. Medaglia in second place. He gets another great start. Alessi in third. Wow, is that Cade Clayson? Yes, the number 7 of Cade Clayson in the top 5.
Nice to see the Redemption rider, Cade Clayson. Jeffrey Holmes GP Bikes helping out that awesome team. What a start for Alessi and Medaglia. Yes. There goes Alessi on the inside. Wow. Through the Zox helmet right-hander. Alessi thinks he's on the inside. Medaglia found an inside, so the battle for second is raging, with Alessi stealing it for now, but there is a whole host of riders coming through. We saw Bastiani involved in that first turn melee, losing a bit, but he's back there lurking as well.
Wow, this is the Mike of old, the speed that we're used to seeing from Mike Alessi. I'm going to put that in quotations because he's historically been one of the top riders in the world. And on this track too, Brian, you think about a couple years ago when he went from dead last and beat everybody, so he knows how to ride the Calgary circuit.
Yeah, he got caught in the gate, went ahead and passed the whole field through the Marin Bikes MX Performance Magazine corner. Tyler Medaglia on that Motovan Royal Distributing ride here is on board with Nathan Bless, teammate 111, roosts the snot out of him. Now we can see Berger. There's the carnage up there where Purcell gets into Alessi's back wheel, and it just becomes a domino effect there. Riders are all over the place. Here you can see, right on the left of the screen, the number 5. Watch the red plate 377 right here. His front end's gonna touch over the top. Body checks Fasciotti, Pfeiffer, and Berger got nowhere to go but down. And that's a mo-fest.
Oh, Pfeiffer just got pile driven right into that Calgary soil. I hope he is okay. He's back on the bike.
Hey,
in the race.
You just got mowed.
Oh, you did. Let's get back to our lead package. It looks like 5, 6, 7 bikes up for the lead as they round the corner on this left-hander, take him to the finish line in round 1. Look at Medallia on the inside, charging Brian with that inside line as they come into the race. He's got the lead. Oh, and a full nose wheelie, bounces out of the run. Look at how disgusting it is in here. Oh, they're just throwing these things around like toys. That's what I love about this class.
That's an ugly mess coming in. Medallia with a big flying W on that kicker gets bumped right off the pegs, and then Fasciotti, the big man Tremblay, going this way and that. It is carnage. That is a nasty section through the Rockstar banners.
Nice start for the number 20 of Kyle Swanson on that BRMX Kawasaki to our leader, Epstein. Look at Medallia using different lines than Epstein. This little cluster right here into some lap traffic already. Gerke in 3rd and Alessi in 4th.
Excellent shot here as Fasciotti starts to charge in on Chisholm, sitting 5th on that Pillars Fine Foods Uber Honda. You can really see the ruts starting to bake into this track. I love this part of the track coming into the Shaw Valley. The little booter into those Achirby's rollers. It's the 108 of the Epstein out front.
You talked about how aggressive Fasciotti was moving up on Chisholm, now using that wide line, forcing him up into that soft stuff. That's the bold type of a pass that Colt Fasciotti was known for in his career. I want to see more of that.
Oh, look at Fat Yodeler just buttering down into the Moto Van Valley. That step up there, the riders were really launching on it earlier in the day, but as the truck gets a little rougher, they're staying lower. Here comes Porcel back on the bike.
Whoa!
Him and Berger both down in a heap there, so they're charging through together. Morgan Berger raced this series for many, many years, but this is the first time we've seen him in 2017, so a welcome addition, likable rider from Idaho, giving her.
Those two guys came pretty close to touching each other as they went over that finish line as Purcell was cutting back on the face. A very dangerous situation. They were involved in that first turn pileup. Back in the moto. Here we go. Battle for 2nd place. Medallia on the inside through that Zox corner. Here comes the manimal, the number 2 of Matt Gerke. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Did you see that midair correction for Medallia? That was close.
This is a game of millimeters, man, and these guys are laying it all on the line. You lock handlebars in midair, and it's going to be a painful journey down through the Achirby's rollers. Both riders neck and neck. Advantage Gerkensausen right now.
I love that outside line that he used too fast because it's a little loose, but you got to tuck it in to our leader, the number 108 of Dylan Epstein, as the boys come out of the Shaw Valley into this section of the track that constant riders probably how deep those ruts are.
You can really see how steep that is as those riders pop out of that valley from our camera situated at the top of the hill traps. This track is so cool.
Another bossy pass for the 377 of Christofferson coming out of that Cowie corner, right? He loves that inside line, and now he's up to 9th with that pass on Clayson. Back up to the battle for 2nd place. Epstein is in the lead, but the number 2 of Matt Gerke is now being followed by the 10 of Fasciotti, so he has gotten by Medallia as well.
Honda's Fasciotti's got to get in here, Travs, and make a move on Gerke. Let him know who's boss. At least give him something to think about. He's got to show him a wheel.
We know Fasciotti's in great shape, Brian. He's been excellent at the end of the motos, getting faster and faster, and it looks like, you know, if he puts on a late moto charge, he's starting to close the gap right here. For sure. Epstein's down, Brian. Our leader is down.
Oh my, and that ugly ruts we talked about, this Rockstar section, it's nasty. Medallia now into 3rd, so Gerke's our new leader, Yodeler in 2nd. Now the battle for 3rd is hot with Epstein quickly recovering though from that put down.
But Tyler Medallia picking up those scraps, Brian. You have to remain in the hunt for the full 30 plus 2. That's what this racing is all about.
See just how aggressive these guys are fighting at great speeds. They're not only fighting in the track, they're fighting each other. They're fighting suspensions as they get hot. Bike's not handling the same. Ruts are changing into the Achirby's. Fasciotti's been faster here all day on the inside. He's got to get there and just pin it. Gonna saw it off. Gerke, look at Gerke gets very physical with Fasciotti. Yes. Fasciotti's a little too polite. Gerke doesn't have that polite gene when it comes to racing. Off track's one thing, on track's another.
And let's face it, Fasciotti's got all the list covered, Brian. The only thing he needs a little bit more right now is aggression. We just saw it on that Shaw Valley, and he just about made the pass to the lead.
Yeah, 100%. He's got the speed to run with these guys. He's bucking for a win. He's been in the mix all 3 rounds. He is a serious player. There is Porcel. equalizing points a bit with that bad start. Scott Champion, the 195 at Swanson's teammate, PRMX Kawasaki sitting 8th.
To the number 5 of Mike Alessi, coming up to the finish line to get his last lap flags. We're in the waning stages of this moto. Alessi is sitting in 5th place. To our leader, the number 2 of Matt Gerke. Looks like he has opened up the gap on the number 10 of Colton Fasciotti. Yes, looks like about 2.5 seconds. So Fasciotti backing it off. Gerke with about a half lap left on his final approach. Looks like he's got this win in the bag.
Solid moto for all our top riders. Gerke just is so persistent, Travs. He never gives up. He's an opportunist. Epstein went down. He's lapping it up. A great win for Gerke and that Rockstar Yamaha team. OTSFF gotta be stoked, Travs. If the mathematics are correct, Gorky will be going into round 4 in Regina next weekend with that red plate.
And with Christophe Purcell crashing in the first quarter of the second moto, making it all the way back to 8th though, Brian, he recouped a lot of points in terms of what could have happened, but boy, Gerke's out in front now. He's going to win this moto. He's going to be running that red plate.
Yeah, style and a tough day for Porcel. A bad start in that first one. Recovered to 3rd. 8th in this one. Opens up the points. We'll be back. Podium celebration. Welcome back to Calgary's Wild Rose MX Park. There is our Royal Distributing Hole Shot winner, Dylan Epstein, Travs, salvaged 4th from that moto.
To the Yamaha leaderboard, top 10 in the second MX1 moto. Let's go down to 6th with Kyle Chisholm, Tim Tremblay, Christophe Purcell, we talked about him, Scott Champion in 9th, and Cade Clayson in 10th.
Yeah, man, I'm so pumped to get the win here today. Last 2 years we've struggled at some of these West Coast tracks, especially this one. I've never won before. And I got to thank my team for during this off season. We tested a lot on stuff like this, Steve and Donk and all them guys, and I'm so pumped to win here. It was awesome. Thanks to them guys.
Yeah, it just seems like I have a tough time every moto. It's like I'm fighting from behind, and I got to work really hard. And that moto, I think it would have been a lot easier if I didn't crash in that one corner. Kind of took the wind out of my sail a little bit, and I had to regroup and calm down. And once I did that, I started putting some fast lap times in, and just started catching the leader, and just came up a little bit short.
3rd in this moto, bud. You got to be stoked.
Yeah, it was a good day. I mean, I had 2 really good starts. I tried to make the pass for the lead in the second lap, like you say, and just kind of got sketchy. But no, I mean, it's fun. It's good battling with these guys. It's going to be a good rest of the season, and I'm definitely looking forward to the East Coast. It's more kind of more my style of tracks out there and less travel.
To our series points after 3 of 10 rounds, Matt Gerke will be heading to Regina with the red plate. Purcell right behind him, Epstein, Fasciotti, Medaglia. There's your top 5. We got a great series working out here.
It's going to be a barn burner. Nice job, Trav. There is our top 3 overall on the day. Remember to like the CMRC Facebook page and go to mxnationals.ca for all the straight goods.
You have been watching the 2017 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals, presented by Motovan.com, Canada's source for power sports parts and accessories. Oh my Gunderson, that's a champagne spray. For Brian Costar and Mark Chavers, congratulations, Stolly, on 25 years of pro racing.